Wiki oratorio Māori. Week. I thought, I'm just going to test my clicker. Oh, there we are. I thought what we might spend our time doing today is refresh our knowledge or perhaps learn something about today in history. So I have a series of questions for us to consider. In 1741, George Frideric Handel finishes his Fantabulous Messiah oratorio after working on it non-stop for how long? 8 days, 12 days, 23 days. Well done if you said 23 days. Please contribute. Or if you ever in fact enjoyed Handel's Messiah, please contribute.
23 gold coins.
23. In 1939, the world's first practical helicopter, the VS-300, and there it is there, by Igor Sikorsky, takes a tethered flight where? Seattle, Washington, Chicago, Illinois, or Stratford, Connecticut.
Stratford.
Stratford, I hear whispers of Stratford. The answer is, of course, Stratford, Connecticut. Well done. So if you answered correctly, or perhaps you've ever visited Stratford, Connecticut, you might like to contribute, please. The world is paying record prices for New Zealand land in this year. Consumers in Europe and the United States can't get enough. Is it 2014, 2008, or 2006? It is, of course, 2018. Yes. More than $8 a kilogram. And 20. I know my sheet. Very well done. And 20% higher than the previous year. So if you've ever enjoyed spring lamb, you might like to contribute, please. So IBM introduces the RAMAC 305, the first commercial computer with a hard drive that uses magnetic disk storage and weighs over a ton. And I don't know whether you can notice, I'm just going to step away from the microphone for a moment to point out these photographs to you. This man here is holding a disc. There is the disc, and there is the arrow to show you where in fact it goes in the machine that our very capable operator is working through that room. So what year is this, please? 1967, 1959, or 1956? 67. I have a range of answers. I did hear a whisper of the correct answer. 1956.
I said.
Well done. Well done. If you chose 1956, you might like to contribute. Or if you have ever, in fact, used a RAMAC 305 or any of its relations, you might like to contribute, please. The New Zealand Social Security Act was passed on this day in which year, please? 1928, 1938, or 1948? Thoughts? A fairly consensus answer in the room, yes, 1938. Well done. Well done. Please contribute if you got that question wrong. Hey Jude, the single was released by the Beatles on this day. 1968, I hear. 68. Any other takers? 67, 1969. No. Anybody interested? Let's see, 1968. Well done. You might like to contribute for that very early response to that question. An American in Paris, with music by Geor Gershwin, directed by Vincente Minnelli and starring Gene Kelly, premieres in London in which year? 56, 51, or 59?
59.
Would you like to contribute for asking that
Already
question.
there.
It went on to win Best Picture the following year, and it was, of course, 1951. So if you've ever enjoyed a Gene Kelly or, in fact, George Gershwin's music, you might like to contribute. The first colour telecast of a tennis match, which was part of the Davis Cup, was broadcast in 1955, 1958, or 1961. It was, of course, 1955. In 2004, in Athens, Germany wins its first ever gold medal in women's field hockey. One win against Australia, India, or the Netherlands. Yes, Netherlands, well done. If you've ever been, or in fact you have enjoyed hockey, you might contribute, please. So, ladies and gentlemen, British singer Amy Winehouse was born on this day in London in 1983. But what year did she pass away?
2016.
It was, in fact, 2011. Isn't it funny? You can say to yourself, I'm sure that was only a year or two ago, when actually it was 9 years ago. Amy Winehouse. The Organisation of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, was founded by its 5 core members: Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Venezuela. On this day in 1960, 1963, or 1967. I'm hearing whispers of 67. It is, of course, 1960. If you've ever used anything that might use oil, you might like to contribute, please. So, ladies and gentlemen, Microsoft becomes the biggest company in the world. It surpasses General Electric on the New York Stock Exchange to become valued at $261 billion. In which year, please? 1996, 1998, or 2000? 6 is a common choice. 1998. Mount Ruapehu erupts, water mixed with ash and rocks thrown out of the crater lake, sending lahars down. In which year, please? 1992, 1995, or 1997?
1997.
95, 97, from around the room. You said 1995. Good work. Well done, George. Joan Donley, a midwife whose advocacy for home births and natural childbirth helped shape modern midwifery in New Zealand, graduated as a midwife in 1968. This is her, that's her graduation ceremony there. 1972 or 1976. Well done if you said 1972. Good work. Well done. Te Māori, landmark exhibition of Māori art opens at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. In which year, please? 1984, 1985, or 1986? I heard 85, I heard 86. It is, of course, 1984. So if you've ever visited the Museum of Art in New York City, you might like to contribute. And ladies and gentlemen, Ansett New Zealand aircraft, this is, there's the photograph, sorry it's a bit small, at Wellington Airport in September 1999, this photograph was taken. This aircraft was known by us all who used to enjoy it as what? The silent jet, the quiet jet, or the whisper jet? Congratulations, the whisper jet. Well done. 100% response rate. Thank you very much, everybody.